Hi, Raspberry friends. Well, this is the first time I've actually come on video and you're hearing my voice. So, welcome to our channel. We're a new channel and I do a lot of different art, and we've had a lot of comments for some instructional videos. So I thought I'd come in here and start with something easy and simple and fun, and explain a little bit about what our channel's about, why do I do ASMR art, what does that mean, all that kind of good stuff. For starters, our channel is a considerably ASMR channel, which means ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response. And what that means is I do art for people that have some sort of slight in for like anxiety or sleep disorders, autism, and stuff like that. But the age range from like 9 months to 99 years old. So, and autonomous sensory meridian response does like soft, mellow music or sounds, or just basic art sounds with me working at my studio table, and they're listening to just what I'm doing and what I'm making and the sounds of that. So that's a little key in on ASMR. I have a team that runs this channel, and it's me, who does the art. My name is Susie, and my sister Tammy, she's the editor and producer. So all the good music and sounds and effects you see with my creations, she takes it and turns it into something incredible with her producing background. And then the analytics and all the digital marketing and analytics and all that good stuff, my daughter does, who's Chelsea. So it's Susie, Tammy, and Chelsea. And it's a sister, daughter, niece, I guess, team. So that's what we're about. We're trying to get subscribers to 1,000 so we can have the community button. And once we have the community button, all the art that is done here at my table is given away in drawings. And there'll be a lot of free printables up in our community for you to go and actually print out, like the one we're having today and the ones I have in other videos. Excuse me. But until we reach 1,000 subscribers, we can't have the community button. So we're working really hard towards that. And there's a lot of really cool printables and stuff that will be going up in there. I just finished watercolor dolls, and that is really cool. So you get a bunch of free printables for that, and it's free printables, and the drawings are of course free as well. So today I'm doing glassine bags, and I'm gonna show you how it's done or what to have and your differences and choices other than just parchment and wax. Okay, and then I will go ahead and go mute, and Tammy will play some music while I'm working and getting the 3 each done. I'm going to be doing 3 each of purple, green, and blue because I'm working on 3 junk journals right now, and they are those colors. So I'll whip up 9 of those in different sizes, and then we'll decorate them. I'll come back on and then I'll talk to you and we'll decorate. So thanks for being here and viewing our channel. If you're the first one to view this channel for the first time, if you're coming back and viewing, thank you so much for your support. It would be great if you guys could like and subscribe so we can get to that 1,000 subscribers to have that community button for you. And let's get into it. So I made a little list here, and this is what will be eventually in the free printables. But in the meantime, I'm making it so that you guys can have it right here, and Tammy will usually take a shot of it for you to take time to actually write it down if you need to. This is the printout of what I'll be doing and what's needed. The first mint is parchment. You can use parchment wax, tissue, rice, mulberry, decoupage. There's just so many you can use, and I'll show you that on here. You cut out your squares at your desired bag size evenly. So if you want a smaller bag, you can do like a 2x2 or a 4x4 or however you want to do it in your cut sizes. I try to do mine evenly, but I also like longer ones that are, the width is smaller but the length is longer. So it's really up to you how you cut your squares or rectangles. You can make them as tiny as 1 inch, and I'll show you a tiny one. And then you glue the seam, you fold the bottom end, you trim your corners or remove the top fold using scissors, and I'll show you that. Then you glue your bottom. Then you decorate. You can decorate any top trim with page punches, and I'll show you how to do that too. Use cardstock as a backing, and I'll show you how to do all that. Decorate and fill your bags. And then it says like and subscribe so we can reach our goal. And thanks for watching. But she'll do a snapshot of this at the end for you to have at the end so that you can actually write it down. Unless, you can just watch and, know from there. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Excuse my voice. Okay, so let's start on different choices of paper. So this would be a decoupage paper, okay? And it's a little textured and it's soft, okay? But it's a little thicker than like rice paper. And then this is more of a fabric. And the fabric is this is actually mulberry, but it feels like fabric. It doesn't act as fabric, it acts as a paper. But you can also use mulberry paper to do these projects. But if you do mulberry or some type of fabric form, because you can do fabric too and make these, you want to use a glue called Fabri-Tac. Okay, Fabri-Tac is like a good bonding glue that works as like a hot glue, but it's not hot glue, it's a paper glue. But this is as close as you get to a hot glue, and it's an actual permanent adhesive. But I use this for like non-sew fabric journals, any kind of hard card, additives, clusters. When you put your tops on your clusters, I use Fabri-Tac. And you also use Fabri-Tac for fabric. Or anything similar to fabric, which would be like a mulberry paper. Okay? And then you can use tissue paper. And I have all these other choices here. This is the mulberry. This is how the mulberry comes. Comes like this. In like a round thing. Okay. That's mulberry. And then this is actually collage paper. It's Tim Holtz. This is a really good paper to use too for sacks. And then rice paper. And then there's more rice paper. And then this is just actual tissue paper. Any kind of tissue paper. Doesn't matter. It can be white, brown, whatever. And this is a decoupage. This is what decoupage comes and looks like. I think 49 carries it. Stamperia carries it. Yeah. That's a decoupage. So, choices of all these. Are good as well. You don't just have to use parchment, baking sheets, and wax paper. Whatever you choose to use that's around your household, you want to take and cut into squares, like I did here. And you choose, excuse me, how big or how small you want your squares. Because you can make them sacks, you can make them little, you can make them for mini pocket journals, you can make them for any size. And what I mean by that is, I had a scrap when I chose 3 inches on these, and I went across and did the 3 inches, and I had a 1-inch scrap edge at the end of the paper when I cut, regular, like a cookie sheet size parchment paper, baking sheet. And this is what it looks like. This is how little you can make them. It even has the decorated punch. So you can put little tiny items in and out of here. Yeah. So I think this is kind of neat to do this. Put them in probably one at a time. But you can make them literally this tiny. And stick any kind of little goodies in there. But there's a up close of it. So just know that even your little scraps you have around, just remember you can make with little tiny these guys. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go with we're going to go with 3 of each. So I need green, blue, and purple. So I'll take this size, and one of these because it's a rectangle. Okay, so you can see that. And then I'll take a couple big ones. Take 3 of these of wax and do that. Okay, we'll do those. So 3, 3, and 3. There we go. And I'll set these aside. I hope I'm doing this okay for you guys because I'm usually not instructional, but I can get used to this. This is fun. Okay, so let's start with a big one because it's the easiest. We're going to take, and it doesn't matter if it's wrinkled or whatever because you'll fix that. You're going to take your square, either way you want it, doesn't matter. And I'm going to bring it all the way almost to 1 inch to the end. Line it up. Okay, like so. And then I'm going to bring this one over. And I'm going to fold it in maybe 1/2 of the inch. And line it up. Like so. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, just remember. And then I'm going to take glitter glue. Okay. And then I'm going to just right on the edge here. Right on the edge, a little bitty tiny bit. Fold that down. And fold that in. And seam it. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take the bottom and I'm going to fold it up, I don't know, maybe about a little over 1/4 inch. There's no measurement here. Do what you want. This channel is all about have fun with it. See how it's squared right here? I'm going to go ahead and just trim a little bit of the corners up to the line. And then take that where the line is, cut a little bit. Okay. So now you have it looking like this, right? And then there's 2 pieces to it, right? There's 2 pieces right here. See the 2 pieces? When I say right on this paper, when I say trim your corners and remove the top fold, this is the top fold right here. Okay? There's 2 folding and this is the top piece. And I just take the scissors as close to the bottom and I just trim that right off. Just like that. Once again, doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? And then I'm going to take a little bit of glue here and I'm going to go right to the edge. And then I'm going to close it up. Okay. And there's your little sack. Okay. Now let's say we want to do the edge up here, right? Like I talked about. Like you can decorate the top trim with page punches. So you could use a small punch and do a half hook, like so, right? Make a little niche in it. You can do a 1-inch punch like this and do a little bit bigger slide in it, just like that. Or you can do an actual page punch, like this. Either way, whatever you do, always make sure, since they're so light and thin, to use a cardstock piece, right, at the edge like this when you go to do it, because then it gives it weight and thickness for the punch to punch through correctly and easily. And I'll show you that here. So I put the cardstock on there, and this is the end. So I'm just gonna, this is the back, so I'm gonna turn this around to the front and line it up with the cardstock, and then slide it in there and kind of make it even inside the punch, like so, and then punch. And then it does a little even punch for you. If you have a little tiny piece of hairline or something sticking out, you just trim that off. And then there's your page punch. And you can go all the way across, because I can end up doing the edge like this. You know, I'll take it to the edge right here and finish it. Take it to the edge and finish it like that. Like this one. If you see it. See that? Yeah. You can use any kind of page punches. These are called page punches. Because, you know, you can, like, at the end of your page, you punch and make a design. So that's the first one. Okay. Let me set that back over here. I'm going to need it. Okay, put that over here. And let's do another one. This time I'm going to go this way. Okay, just to show you the different ways. Line it up. I know there's a wrinkle in it, but that's okay. And then I'm going to bring this over. Okay, and then I'm going to take the glue, go right, very lightly, right into the seam. Hold it down flat. Close it, just like that. Right? Okay, and then I'm going to fold it up. About a little over a 1/4 inch, right? If you want to use, there you go. And then cut the little corners. And then there's a top fold and a bottom fold, right? So we're going to hold this back and cut down the top fold. There's no perfect here. Have fun with it. And then we're going to use a little glue. Okay. And there's number 2. This time I'll punch it with the little, with the 1-inch half punch. Okay. So I'm going to line my front up. I have it the front side. I'll line it up with the cardstock. And then take the little 1-inch circle punch. But I'm just going to do a little tiny in there. Can you see it? A little. And punch. Looks like it did It looks like a C. That's what happens like that. I punched that, but it didn't grab that. So let me try it again. It's good that it's happening while I'm on video, so you can see. This is an old punch too, so it might just be wore out. But just go back in. I love it when stuff happens, so you can see it in real time, what's happening. Okay. So it's not wanting to cut the rice. It's not wanting to cut the wax paper. It almost did. So I'm going to go back with my scissor now. Everything's fixable. It's art. As long as we're having fun. Right? There we go. And there's your little punch. You can do any kind of punch. If you have like a label punch, any kind of your punches, right? If you have a dull one, you might have to do this like I did, but you know, it's okay. So there's number 2, and I'll do one more, and then I'll have Tammy play some indie folk music or something, and we'll finish the bags, and then I'll come back and we'll decorate. Let me do a brown one. And this is actual parchment cooking, baking sheet versus the wax paper. You can tell this has a little shine to it, and this is like kind of matty, right? So I'm going to do it this way. I want to do a tall, skinny one, just to show you something. So let's go about right there. And then let's fold this over. If it makes you feel better, you can score these as well, but there's really no need to. They're really easy to do like this. Okay. No real scoring involved, because you might rip it, because, it's so fine. All this paper is very fine and delicate. And remember, I'm doing this instructional, so if you have any comments or questions, we would love to answer them for you on any of our videos. I think I have, even though we're a new channel, we post every day, so I think I might have, I don't know, maybe 80 or 90 videos already up in different niches in the same genre. So like mixed media, media art, collaging, junk journaling, all kinds of stuff. So, see how long that is? That's too long. I need it shorter. We're just pretending. I need it shorter, right? It's too long. Do I do 2 things? I can do 2 things. I can cut it in half and have 2 little ones, which would be great. Or I can just trim part of this off if I want it longer. Okay? And I'm going to show you by cutting it in half how you can still have 2 nice little label sacks. And this would be good for little label sacks if you're going to stick a sticker in there or some little labels. So let's fold this up. And see how I went a little bit smaller on this because it's so short? I went a little bit smaller. See that? So see, just to show you, you can really make them any way you want, really. And then there's the top fold that we talk about. So let's hold this one down and take the scissors to this. Like so. Do a little bit of glue. Right? And then fold it up. Whoops. Really tiny, yeah? Like that other one I did. Look how tiny. See? And I have 2 of them. I got 2 out of that one little long strip. And you can stick like, look, little stamps. I have stamps in here. Look at, you can put little stamps in it. Little labels. Little kind of goodies. It's like a perfect little size for goodies. Okay, let me do this and then I'll go to work on getting these done so we can decorate them. Because then I can talk about different kinds of decorations that you can use. Cut the corners. Separate the top fold. Somehow. There we go. There we go. Hold this one back like so. And then trim that off. Okay, a little bit of glue. Come on. Oop. I could do the whole thing. I'm going to use my finger. I don't like that much glue. But it's art. You do you. What I love about art is the freedom to express however and whatever we want to do. And it's all beautiful, right? Okay, so there you go. There's the second one. Go. There's the second one. Okay, so I'll go ahead and we'll go to music now, and I'll get these done for us, and then I'll come back. I'll come back and we'll decorate them. I'll see you in a minute.
I wrote a note the Sunday, symptoms like how I forget. Then washed my pants on Monday, forgot I had it there in the pocket for the doctor, but my writing wasn't there. What to do? Where are the words to tell them I'm doing okay? Red dots and numbers, been a moment since I saw you last. Let's meet up, promises all feeling like a task. I think I lost it, but I'm all in, composed but off the rails. I'm doing okay, I'm doing okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. Listen for me in a violin. Listen for me when the knife is turning. Listen for me when the world is burning. Babe, would you listen for me? Listen for me in a crowded street. Listen for me in a winning streak. Listen for me when you're at your peak. Babe, would you listen for me? Listen for me in a child's power. Listen for me in a golden hour. Listen for me when you're on your own. Listen for me when you're far from home. Listen for me when you can't go on. Babe, would you listen for me? Listen for me in a skein of birds. Listen for me when there are no words. Listen for me in a violin. Listen for me when the knife is turning. Listen for me when the world is burning. Babe, would you listen for me?
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand life, I wanna make it count. Honey, come on now and take my hand. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count. Honey, come on now and take my hand. Yeah, we only get one life. I wanna make it count. Honey, come on now and take my hand.
You round the corner, 4 a.m. Headlights through my window like sunlight blazing in. You lay your head down, square on the wheel, and that horn is sounding through the night's tender still. And I've got to thinking your heart ain't worth this pain. I wanna love you, but it's more of the same. You had me charmed then, when your song rang true. Now cold distant memory, that version of you. First came the cocaine, then came the bus, plastered with our faces, that old version of us. Can't do no more talking or crying out in vain. I wanna love you, but it's more of the same. Will I ever know love where boots don't shake the floor, with no fistfuls of plaster, with no slam of the door? You know that you're drowning. Don't drag me down the drain. I wanna love you, but it's more of the same. I wanna love you, but it's more of the same.
I'm back with these guys. These are all the ones that we did. And I'm going to go I'm going to go this one, these two, and this one for green. And then I'll do this one, and this one for blue. And then I'll do these purple. Okay. So there we go. These three. We'll start with green first, which will be this one, okay? Okay, so let's talk about decorations. You can put anything on here from hard cards to stickers, fabric, just a cluster. You can just throw a cluster literally on it, and a cluster's already done, and just put it right there. I'll see if I got one, and I'll throw it on here. Die cuts, okay, anything. If you use particular items to decorate these type of things that you love, leave it in the comments, because I would love to know. Like, if there's, I love to hear other people's ideas. You know, this is a little die cut, little flower. So I'll go ahead and glue a little bit of this guy on. I think I might have to. Just stop it, really, because it's so tiny, you know. Whoop. Just know, if you haven't used glitter glue and you're going to use it, it dries clear. Just letting you know that. I'm going to put this little tag, attach this little tag to the flower. What do you guys like doing? Do you like doing glue books or collaging? Or do you like doing junk journals? Do you like just doing stuff that goes in junk journals? Leave me a comment. Tell me what you guys like to do. What's your favorite thing to do? Some people love fussy cutting. They say it relaxes them. Fussy cutting. Put that over there. I have some stickers here, which is perfect for these little guys. Let me see what other ones I got. I got a big old stack here. Let me see. Let's do. I gotta see what's calling to me. Is that what you guys do? I kind of just go through them and what jumps out at you. This one's really jumping out at me. Let's go with this one. Now, there's a secret to this. The secret is, for any kind of shiny stickers like this, if you want to, and you don't want them shiny, like if you're working like on a tag or a bookmark or even a collage, right? And you use stickers that are shiny, but you don't want them shiny. You want them to look like it's paper. All you do is brush a little rice glue on it. And the rice glue will take it off and literally blend it in like if it was a rub-on. Blend it right into your project. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see that I use it a lot. And you'll see the effect that it does. It takes it from all shiny when I do sticker collages, all shiny to literally a matte finish to make it look like it's literally collaged together. But it's called rice paper. And by the way, anything that I use in my videos, in the description there's a link that takes you to all the links, and I literally have everything that I use, the major things I use for all art on there for you to just click on and go right to the place wherever you would, whatever you want to get it, so you don't have to search for it. My daughter Chelsea, she does a really good job of doing all that. So just to let you know that there are a lot of links in there that I use, because I buy different products from across the waters, all over the place. Because I always look for the cheapest, places to buy them. Because I use so much of it. So that's just a, little insight there. And then let's do a scratch off, a rub on. These are kind of faded. I don't know if they'll really stand out on this. I really like this apron. It's really cute. But let's do something like brighter. This little bag right here is really cute. This little bag's really cute. Let's put that bag right on there. I don't want the other part to stick though, so let me cut it out. Let me just cut it out really quick since it's right on top. Okay. Let's put this little, it's like a little shopping bag, grocery bag or something. Like a little grocery sack. It's really cute. And I just take my tweezers and use the back. You probably don't have to do it this long. I just always make sure it's on. There it goes. So there's a little sack. That's cute. You could put a little label up here if you want, or whatever you want to do. But there's the green. Okay. And then put this away. And this is going to be the blue, right? So this is for my friend little pocket journal, which I'll pull out and show you. And then this one is for Castaway Chronicles. So this is fun. So let's see what we got here. I definitely want something red first. So what do I want? I'm probably going to do this little love note with the flowers. Okay. And let's put this one on. This one. I'm going to put it up here because I might want to put something down here. Okay. Got that. Let me see. Let me do... this one looks like it really will fit it. Really good. Label. And with that, let's put a hard card on this one. Okay. Let's do frame. And what about like an anchor or something? these frames out of the way. Lighthouse. Let go. For some reason I got an anchor in my head. See one right here. There's gotta be one in here, guys. There's one. There we go. There's an anchor. Just seeing what my other options are. Okay, that's good. Okay. So, do we do all three? Or do we just do the two? I don't know. Kind of like that. I hope you do. Let's do that. Put that at a little angle up here. And the little lighthouse. And put this little anchor on top. There you go. So there's one. And then let's do another rub on. A lot of beachy stuff in here. I like these ropes. Right? So what if we do like this corner piece with the ropes? Let's try that. I like this pastel thing too. This card pastel. I like this too. And the ropes. Rub-ons are pretty cool though. They have like a window and some hanging with driftwood, a ship. Pretty neat stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this first. We're going to put this up here in the corner. Yeah. Let's rub this on. Nope. You know what? It might not come off. You want to know why? Because it's wax paper. See, it's wax paper. So guess what? It's wax paper. It won't come off. Right? So we need brown paper. Because I used wax on this. We need brown on this, so hold on and I'll put this on something else. Let me see what we got here. Let's do this little tissue paper, okay? Because it'll go on this. But I don't want it this big because Castaways is really small, right? So let's go like this. Let me cut this piece off. Okay. Okay. And then let's do this piece. I'll whip this up really fast. Do you think it'll show up on here though very good because it's polka dotted? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But this is the tissue paper, right? This is a piece of tissue paper. Might have to come up, might have to be lighter because the rub-ons aren't very dark. But then again, it might look kind of washy, good, and faded. I don't know, we're going to see, huh? We're going to go with it because that's what it's all about. Right? Okay, so let's see here. I think I'll have enough room for all this stuff. We'll make it work. Nice. It came out really good, huh? Let's put the postal. I'm gonna cut this edge off right here. And let's throw the postal down here. Yeah. Maybe about right there. Okay. There's that. And then the ropes. I like the ropes. I like the ropes. I think it's like a hanging anchor, right? Do you guys like using rub-ons? Let me know if you like using rub-ons. And if you have maybe a better trick to them, you know? Look at that. Okay, look, wait. Right? There it is. You see it? Look at that. There you go. So there's castaways, but I don't know. I think we need to put something down here. What do you think? Something needs to go at the bottom right there. What about... Let's go ahead with this little sticker. And then put this helps me make it straight. My big old fingers aren't in the way, you know. There we go. What do you think about that? Maybe no, that's probably it for that because it's a little. We got these three. Okay. And now we'll do lilac and lace, which is the purple journal. So first things first, let's go with this one. When I peel long stickers like this, I just take a piece and I cut it off like that so I can line it up right, you know, and then stick it right like this. And I did it crooked already, so I'm not a good shower of this, I guess. Like so, and then stick it on here, and then come back and pull. But the good thing about this also is, if you don't use it all, you don't waste it. You know, because you still have the sticky backing on it. Like it ends right there, right? So then I'll just cut right here. Try not to cut up on the bottom of the bag. There you go. There's that piece, and we have this leftover piece. So there's that. Okay. Let's do this one. I have to figure out which way it goes. It feels like it's this way. Yeah. There's that one. Okay, and then we got some stickers again. Let me do this first. put this one on. And then this little bow. Okay. And then let's do this little frame with this corner flower. Like that. Yep. And one more. How about super cute? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah. There's little tiny ones in here. Let's grab those. I want all the purple. So we'll put this one over here. And this one's sitting on the sweetheart. How's that sound? Just like, let's do this T. Just like that. And then we'll trim this up. Like it's part of the page. Out of the way. Okay. So these are the purple. Right? And these go to lilac and lace. This is lilac and lace coming up. There you go, that's lilac and lace. So these will all go in this book. Fill the goodies, right? Okay. And then the blue ones These little guys are for Castaway Chronicles. Castaway Chronicles coming up. It's right here. So we'll put these inside of Castaway Chronicles. I'm doing videos on all these books. There'll be parts of videos on them. So stay tuned for these because they're coming up. So we'll add these to that. The little My Friend pocket is ready to go, but I'll squeeze those in there. And this is My Friend. This is already done. It's already been filmed. But I'm going to stick these in there as a happy mail for whoever gets this guy. Yep. That's My Friend. Little Child's Garden pocket. So there's those we made. And coming up next, so here they all are. Again. But my next instructional video is going to be it's going to be, let me show you. My next instructional video is going to be creating your own media art book out of recycled book. So I'm going to show you how to actually create one of these books and get it ready to do any kind of art inside you want, or ideas, or anything. So this is the next instructional coming up. It's going to be fun. Yep. And I literally show you how to take a recycled book and create an art book out of it. So that's my next instructional. So back to the glassines. Once again, don't worry about any kind of paper. You don't have to stick with just parchment or glassine or wax, or you can do tissue paper, decoupage, mulberry, fabric, anything you want to make these. And they're very simple. And then here's the list again. And I'll have Tammy take a snapshot of that. And it'll stay on here for you for a minute if you want to write it down. Or you can save the video and, watch it later or whenever you want to. But I thank you so much for watching. I hope I did this justice. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And leave me any kind of comments you want, because we love them all. And if you have any ideas on, stickers or anything that I did here, or better ideas or secret tips and tricks, let me know. If you want to just say hi to Tammy and Chelsea, you can say hi to Tammy and Chelsea. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe so we can hit that 1,000 mark for our community button. Can't wait to have that so you can have all kinds of goodies. And I'll see you later. Bye.